Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Good afternoon, monsters, and welcome to the show that made Philippine FM radio talk, KBP's best podcast program, heard on Thursdays right here on Season's Hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Rhea Rams, and monsters, we know that some people move through the world very loudly. They're big personalities, big energy, always ready to take up space. But there's another kind of presence that often goes unnoticed. So these are the quiet ones, the observers, the deep feelers, and the storytellers who speak softly but have a lasting echo. Now, today's episode is for them. We are joined by somebody who has built an extraordinary creative life, not by being the loudest voice in the room, but by honoring her inner world. Now, our guest is a spoken word artist, radio host, educator, writer, and performer whose work spans albums, poetry collections, graphic novels, zines, and international literary festivals. She's also the host of Bigkas Pilipinas, one of the country's pioneer platforms for local poetry. Now, her latest comic, An Introvert Survival Guide, dives into the humor, tenderness, and honesty of navigating life as an introvert. And it opens up a bigger conversation about creativity, identity, and how quiet people can thrive in a very noisy world. So today, monsters, we are going to be talking about the art of being quiet, where introverts draw their strength, how observation turns into storytelling, and why silence, in the right hands, becomes its own form of power. Heard on Thursdays, let's welcome to the show, Kooky Tuason.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. You wrote so well.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very impressed.
Coming from a writer, stop. No, but it is such an honor to have you here, Kooky. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, you've worn so many creative labels, or hats, from poet to poetry, educator, radio host. But before all of that, I do want to start with the person behind all of the work. So, how did your journey into spoken word and poetry begin? Why don't you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Okay. This is a really long time ago. Please bear with me. Actually, we might not have all the time for my kwento, but well, I started at a very young age. I was only 16, as far as I can remember.
Wow.
16. And then I used to write scripts for a local TV network. And then after that...
At 16?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just sent jokes to them. And then they decided, okay, we'll just hire you. Just like that. And then parang I don't even recall submitting a resume to them. And then they liked it. And then that's the rest is history. So after that, I was able to write for different networks, and then record companies. I also wrote what do you call that? Press releases.
Wow.
Even radio commercials. I was able to write those things. And then nag-ad agency din ako. So many experiences. Wait, let me think some more. The most challenging siguro at the time was when I wrote for medical company.
Ooh.
And then medyo challenging.
Right.
It's this thick yung the what do you call that? The medical stuff that I had to read in order for me to produce a brochure, two-page brochure for them.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah.
I can imagine just how difficult that is.
Yeah, all the medical stuff I had to, put together. Anyway, so yun. But my spoken word journey started with a heartbreak.
As poetry normally does.
Wait, this was back in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to produce an album, which was released in 2005. So 3 months na process of putting the album together. So it's a compilation of spoken word pieces recorded by different celebrities and musicians, all women.
Wow.
Yes, it's a very empowering album. It's called Romancing Venus. It's a start of it all. Yes. And then year after year, I decided to produce albums. And then what else? Ano ba? Mga gigs left and right. Sobrang exciting the journey. Parang hindi I don't know if I can still recall the rest of the stuff that I've been doing. Pero grabe, sobrang walang it's my life is very unpredictable.
I know what you mean.
Wala akong
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, I easily get bored.
Right.
Even with conversing with other people, parang you need to say something interesting to me in order for you to keep my attention.
Yes.
So parang ganyan. Basta mabilis ako ma-impatient. Tapos ang daming nangyayari sa head ko, and I feel as if kailangan kong gawin to now.
Yes.
There's always this drive to produce whatever I come up with.
Yeah, and thanks to that heartbreak, you have created this whole journey for you in the creative world of writing. And I find it so interesting. So I personally got into spoken word poetry.
Wow.
Well, I don't do spoken word, but
Okay.
I really enjoyed watching because
Wow.
of, I'm pretty sure you probably know this, Phil and Sarah Case.
Yes.
And ano yun? Love. I knew exactly what love looked like.
Yeah. Their collaboration.
Yes.
Phil K.
Phil K and Sarah K.
Yeah.
And that was like my introduction to spoken word poetry. But that was just a couple years ago. I was in maybe in 2014. But you have been doing this since 2004. And
Yes.
And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And when you got into spoken word, what exactly? Because nowadays, we see it on TikTok. People do like short form videos of their spoken word poetry, and it's beautiful. But what was the spoken word landscape looking like when you started?
Oh, wow. Sobrang sobrang young at the time. Ano nga ba? I think I was the first one to, with a radio show, we were able to put it together. And then we played different poetry, spoken word pieces from different countries. Tapos, ano ba? Grabe, hirap pala to, to start remembering now. Come on, think. Ano ba? It's very different. Pero syempre, it all starts with heartbreaks, pain, loss, suffering, that sort. Pero ngayon kasi nag-evolve na rin.
Yes. It's very woke na rin now.
Yeah. Most of the stuff I write now, it's more on the evolution. Evolution of me as a person, as a being and becoming. I write about those things as well. Something more on the spiritual side of things.
Okay, and would you say that when you were ever since before, because right now you are known as this very strong voice in local poetry, but what were you like growing up? Were you always observant, reflective, maybe a little bit introverted?
Oh, yes. Actually, I'm still an introvert to this day. Sabi ko, I have an hour to talk, and then mamaya, wala na, low bat
Oh,
na.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Anyway, so yun nga, when I was very young, ko talaga, my best friend is pen and paper. So yun lang. I really don't feel like talking to other people. So parang, yan yung I call them my refuge. So that's how I got started. And I fell in love with writing.
Yes.
And now I want to be able to encourage and inspire other people to do the same. Kasi individuals, they want to do something for themselves. Parang they don't know themselves. Parang paano magsa-start, di ba? What path should I take? So parang ito yung siguro isa, start with writing.
Yes.
And then who knows, diba? You'll be able to find yourself there.
Exactly.
Diba?
Now, you have performed in big stages in Manila, in India, Indonesia, which is surprising for somebody who identifies as introverted. Like you said, you have an hour of talking now.
Yeah.
Low bat na. And it's also, it can be nerve-wracking for somebody who's not very used to being in front of a lot of people to be in a big stage in front of a lot of people. So what was that transition like? Did performing help you understand your voice differently?
Okay. Actually, I don't even feel comfortable talking over the phone. So parang whenever I receive phone calls, I was like, oh no, how do I deal with this? Pero anyway, wala, manageable naman siya. And mostly when I do deals with other people, it's mostly through email, text,
I
ganyan.
see.
I'm more comfortable with that. So, yung transitioning, it was not easy at first, but I was able to be guided by Roger Robinson. He's from the British Council, and he gave me my voice. Kasi parang iba kopyahan na lang. Alam mo yung parang, uy, pakopya yun. Like, everyone wants to be a Regine Velasquez. Or, that
Yes.
sort of thing. Parang, sinong uso? Ay, sige, dyan din ako. Tapos parang, in the process, you are compromising who you are. Diba? I guess what I learned from Roger Robinson is that it's okay. Even if hindi kayong big movements. Because spoken word in the US is very different from the way the British are doing it.
Okay.
In the US, they're very expressive with the oohs and ahs, and they have big movements, like you said. But the British way of doing it is, it has more depth. Not just in terms of content, medyo, I can say, well, this is just my personal opinion, how the US does it. Parang medyo on the pop side of things.
I see that.
Yan.
From watching multiple spoken word poets
Yeah.
on YouTube, for example. Yeah.
Okay din siya kasi relatable, parang na-introduce mo to the younger crowd.
Yes.
But the British way of doing it, okay lang kahit yung less movements, ganyan, yung small hand gesture, yung ganun. Basta look the person in the eye on a more personal level.
Right.
Now, which works for me.
Yes.
Kasi it's not easy then to step up on stage and lalo na I've in India, it's one of the biggest crowds that I have performed. It was overwhelming actually. Pero nung time that I performed for them, wala, it's just me and that one person I was looking at. Ganun lang usually yung
Right.
the word is atake, I think. How I carry myself. Parang it gets difficult and nerve-wracking kung sobrang dami ng tinitingnan ko.
Yes.
So just one person, communicate with that person. That's my style eh. Siguro most of the introverts I know, ganun din yung
Yeah.
style nila. Isa lang yung kausapin mo and then lakasan mo lang yung boses mo. It's as if you are talking to the entire crowd.
Right.
So yeah, ganyan.
And what would you say the biggest misconception that people often have about introverts or quiet creatives? What do you think that one big misconception is that you wish we could finally retire?
Misconception. Like, ano ba? I guess when some people are extroverts, ilalabel ba natin? Pero, mas, kasi sila eh, hindi nila kasi alam. I guess some people are still not, familiar with the idea na introverts, even if we are quiet. We pick up things. Hindi, not because, parang, kulang yung alam niyan or something. Wala, wait and see. Parang ganyan lang yan. So, ano ba? Mahirap kasi some people, no? Parang, how do I put it in words? Hirap pag wag pangalan pala. But, help. Help. Si Marty adopted me. Kasi siya eh, she's not an extrovert, but she's just like an extrovert. She's an ambivert. So yun, she's helping me find words sometimes. Because I'm
Yes.
more expressive in writing.
Yeah.
Pag yan, in person, it takes a while. Yung,
Right.
yung baba, the in, ganyan.
Yes. So when it comes to misconceptions, I think you mentioned earlier that it would be that they get underestimated. Usually,
Yeah.
introverts get underestimated na parang, they're quiet lang, they don't really
Yeah.
have much thought or...
Thank you for helping me. Thank you.
Parang, there's a thought because they're not speaking up, meaning they don't really have...
Like walang opinion.
Yeah, walang opinion or they don't have strong conviction
Yeah.
on whatever the topic is. It's just they're a little bit more silent.
Yeah.
And it takes time for these introverts to warm up. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing going on in there. In fact,
Yeah.
I would like to think that there's so much more going on in there. That's why you're quiet, because you're trying to figure out, oh my God, what is it that I should say or how do I say it? Like, there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going to dive deeper into being an introvert and being an introvert, especially in the world of creatives, in just a little bit. But right now, Monsters, you are tuned in to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Ria Rams, and we are here with spoken word artist, radio host, educator, writer, and performer Kooky Tuason. We'll be back in just a little bit, only here on Season's Hottest, Monster RX93.1.
HOT, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Heard on Thursdays on the Monster.
Hi, Yumbin. Got any ideas on how I can kick off my Christmas festivities?
크리스마스는 starts as Soler.
Hey, you're right. Besides, all I want for Christmas is at Soler, from luxurious days to grand feasts and exciting performances that ring in the new year. I can't wait.
Countdown Top 7. Countdown Top 7. An irresistible serving of today's monster hits. Spiced up with monster humor. I'm Hazel Hottie. Catch me Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Countdown Top 7. The top monster hits of the week and then some. The only countdown that counts. The award-winning monster special like no other. Only on Manila's Hot Monster RX 93.1.
The Radio 1 School Gimmick Board.
SGB.
What's new on campus?
Events, concerts, and parties.
The Radio 1 School Gimmick Board.
Calling all high school students. This coming January 15 to 17, 2026, UP Alkeems invites you to Research Fair 2026 at UP Diliman with the theme Athenor, igniting the youth to blossom in their potential. Showcase your brilliance in the research competition. Test your skills in the National Science Conquest and dive into inspiring talks, lab tours, and the case study competition at the Youth Science Convention. For more details, visit the Research Fair website and Facebook page or email researchfair.sa@upalkeems.org. For the Radio 1 School Gimmick Board, this is Student Doc Josh of Ateneo. Catch the Radio 1 show every Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. only here on the season's hottest, Monster RX 93.1.
The Radio 1 School Gimmick Board.
SGB. Featuring Manila's hottest student jocks taking over the Monster. Through crash course in cool school affairs. Radio 1. Radio 1. Hosted by your favorite student DJs from some of the country's finest colleges and universities. Every Saturday, only from Manila's hottest, Monster RX 93.1.
The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Ria Rams.
Season's Hottest, Monster RX 93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Ria Rams, and we are here with Kooky Tuason. Now, Kooky, one thing that introverts are known for is, like you mentioned earlier, observation. Now, you've built entire books, poems, even graphic novels from that inner world. How does introversion, for you, shape your creative process?
Like, yun nga, it gives me more focus. I observe, I watch, and learn. And that's how I do it.
Yes.
I put everything in writing, and then the rest, I determine what I plan to do with it, whether I'm gonna perform the material, or decide to put it in a book, turn it into a book.
How do you make that decision?
I go by what I feel usually. Sometimes kasi, whenever ideas strike me, usually in the middle of the night.
The best time.
Tapos tulog na ako. As in, my ideas would just, keep knocking at my door, and then I wala akong choice but to just sit down, get a pen and paper, and write everything down. Or dahil bago na yung generation ngayon, I pick up my phone and then start to write whatever I come up with.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, your work spans, like I said earlier, spoken word, radio, graphic novels, and even performance. They're all very different mediums.
Yes.
So, what's the thread that ties all your storytelling together?
I guess, ano nga ba? What ties it together? Being a creative person, I guess. Kasi parang nanganganak talaga lahat siya eh. One day, I decide na, sige, this is gonna be a poem. And then the next, okay, I'm gonna turn this into a book. And then the next one, I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna have other people record for me. And then this is gonna be an album. So parang ganun talaga, magkakamag-anak siya. I think the one thing that ties everything together is the power of words. Because I've always believed in that. I like the idea of, putting forth an idea into being. Like, alam mo yun, like you breathe life into being. Yung on a more spiritual level siguro. Hindi ko alam kung ano kasi kung may mga believers dito, pero parang baka maano tayo, no. Pero yung concept nga na in the Bible it said that 'di ba God said let there be light, and then there's light. So parang ganon din, that's pretty much my the same concept I have for everything that I do. Whatever else you come up with, put it into being.
I like that. Yeah, just it doesn't have to be perfect yet, and
Yeah.
then you don't need to know exactly what you're doing with it. And once it's there, sometimes it just comes to you.
Oh yes.
Right? I
Yeah.
bet this one too, your newest work, an introvert survival guide. It's comics, right?
Yes.
It uses comics as a medium. Now, what made you choose this format specifically for this one? And what parts of introversion did you want to capture visually?
Actually maraming interesting parts dito. Sige, let's start with something more relatable. So, how to deal with how to talk to your crush.
Okay.
Ayan, very yan kasi
As an introvert.
yes. Parang paano niya malalaman that I like him or her, 'di ba? So that's a difficult problem. So, ayun, may guide dito which will tell you how to go about it, 'di ba? Paano ka magpapapansin basically kasi it's so hard for an introvert to be noticed. Tapos hindi mo alam na parang, oh, yun pala, crush pala niya ako, yung ganun. Basta yun, it's, manipis lang siya actually. Madali siyang bilhin. Manganganak pa rin to soon.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
Parang I want you to tell me na eh. Like, paano ba? So, what else can they find in the survival guide? Are there things like how to make your order or ask the waiter like if what I should order when I don't really know what to order, yung mga ganon.
Yeah, actually, meron din dito. Like yung mga something related to purchasing. Kasi minsan there's always a long line. This has always been my dilemma. Like, for example, I wanna eat someplace, but it's crowded. So parang sige, just support the one business na 'di ba? Kaysa pumila ka ng napakahaba and deal with the flock of people.
Right.
Kasi I get easily overwhelmed with going to the malls. Tas parang I don't know if anybody can relate to me here, pero alam mo yung nilalapitan ka ng sales lady, like,
Oh my gosh.
hi ma'am.
Yes. Parang, wait lang, tumitingin lang.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
looking.
yeah. It's overwhelming. So parang yun, may way din dito how to deal with it.
So it really is like quite literally, a survival guide for introverts. Basically, how do I navigate these situations which may look easy for other people, but are actually quite challenging for somebody who's a little bit more introverted and kept to herself.
Yes.
So that's super exciting. And you're also an educator. Now, do you notice differences in how introverted students express themselves?
Oh yes.
Like how do you nurture the creativity in them without pushing them into the spotlight?
Actually napipinpoint ko agad kasi across the room sila yung yung ganyan lang, magnanod lang sila, and then after all is said and done, sila yung hi ma'am, yung bubulong talaga sila kasi yung nahihiya sila, they don't know how to tell you na parang pwede magpa-picture. yung ganun. Pero paano ko ba? How do I teach them? Siguro sinishare ko more my experiences kasi I guess I can say that I am very fortunate that I got into the entertainment and lifestyle and this entire business kasi na-train talaga ako, lalo na yung actually, sige, kwento na rin ako a bit about my radio show. Kasi to, it was offered to me by si Eric P. Star Maker yun, kabilang station. He offered me a show. Oh, why don't you do a show? So, but I'm not a host. Sabi ko, magpe-perform ako, but I can't do hosting. So, hindi, kaya mo yan. So, parang I was challenged to do something na, ano lang naman yan, 1 hour. And then eventually, naging 2 hours, naging 3 hours. Yung gano'n, yung parang, I guess, pag may naniniwala at naniniwala din sa'yo, it also pushes you. So, parang, gusto ko rin encourage yung mga introverts the same way.
I love that.
Yun, na kaya naman
Oo.
Kaya naman siya, but medyo mabagal lang minsan
Yes.
yung process, but you'll get there.
Yes.
Kasi kailangan mo talaga to navigate, to learn how to navigate the world. Kasi otherwise, you'll be, I don't know, oppressed.
Yes.
Diba?
Now,
You'll be judged.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love what you said na parang iba din pag may ibang naniniwala sa'yo. Like,
Yeah.
it's so common for people to say, you should believe in yourself, even if nobody believes in you.
Yeah.
And yes, that's very important.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the weight also when there's somebody else who's like cheering for you,
Yeah.
who's encouraging you, and who's pushing you to do more because they believe that you can. Now, there is also a stereotype that creativity requires some level of extroversion, right? Because there's collaboration, there's performance, there's also networking. But your career, it's proven otherwise. So, how would you say creatives thrive in the industry?
Ano
Or
rin-
rather, sorry, how quiet creatives thrive in the industry?
You don't need to work with everyone. Yun lang. Siguro, choose your people. Siguro 1 or 2 people na who gets you. And then, they'll help you get there. Yun lang yun. Kahit na wala naman silang ambag talaga sa they don't know anything about creativity, basta meron kang gano'n, you find your tribe, okay yun kasi eventually mahahanap mo rin yung voice mo. Ganon. I don't know, kasi may mga ganun like may mga friends din ako na they're not in the creative side of business, but necessary sila to be part of my circle. So, doon kasi mahahanap mo talaga yung sarili mo, parang bits and pieces of everyone's contribution to you, 'di ba, as a person. Ayun.
I love that. Find your tribe. They don't have to be in the industry. It's just you need to have a support system.
Yes.
Basically. Now that's awesome. Now, Monsters, you are listening to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Ria Rams, and we are here with spoken word artist, radio host, educator, writer, and performer Kooky Tuason. We'll be back in just a little bit, only here on Season's Hottest, Monster RX93.1.
Heard on Thursdays, winner of KBP Golden Dove Award for Best Magazine Program, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. HOT on the Monster.
You want to be heard, you got to shout out. You don't know what to send it. I'll make it easier for you. We make it a lot easier for you. Simple. Check it, get your phone. Say this one. Hey, 163-961. 1367931. Say this one. +63-961. 1367931. Got you, fam. Just send a message, whether it's Viber, text message, Telegram. Send it. Monster fam. Monster text line. Monster fam. Hey. Monster text line. We got you all day. Hey.
The Monster is on Viber and Telegram. 0961 1367 931. The Monster text line. The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Ria Rams.
Season's Hottest, Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Ria Rams, and we are here with Kooky Tuason talking all about introversion, creativity, and storytelling. Now, many introverts struggle with overstimulation.
Oh, yes.
With burnout, or even with feeling unseen. Now, in your experience, what are the introverts face today?
Ako yun nga, yung nalolobat ako.
Social
mabilis
battery.
social battery. Siguro, yun nga, pinaplan ko na siya ahead of time in my head. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this place, I'm gonna host, kasi I also do hosting. So parang, how long is the program? I need to know. Kasi mall show, okay,
Yes.
1 hour, 2 hours. Okay, kaya yan. And then after that, sige, pahinga. No more chit-chatting. Kasi, yun lang, I guess, you need to be organized in a way. you need to plan ahead. If need be, you need to prepare a script. Di ba? Parang kasi yung potential, ano nga ba, mga possible questions, ganon. Although lately guilty ako of that, no. I don't plan na as much yung gano'n kasi parang mas may joy din yung spontaneity.
Yes.
'Di ba? So, ayan. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question.
But yes, that definitely is a challenge, a social battery. And I
Yeah.
feel like this is like a concept that not only introverts face, or baka, kasi ako, I used to identify as an extrovert.
Oh,
But,
okay.
But I feel like that has changed over time.
Okay.
And I too, my social battery dies so quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I totally understand what you mean by that could be a challenge, especially if you're more used to being kept to yourself,
yeah.
right? Now, your comic, it touches on survival, but not
Yeah.
in the dramatic sense, right? But in the
Yeah.
everyday, how do I function without draining myself? And what would you say are some emotional or practical tools that introverts could use to navigate the world? Maybe some of them are in your survival guide that you would like to share.
Oh yeah. Actually, meron ako ditong tips din na if you get invited to parties,
Yes.
how should you respond? 'Di ba? So yan, it's something to look forward to. So bili na kayo.
Yes. Now there's also this trend now, right? Where people say, because we got so used, like over the past couple of years, na if we don't have the energy for it, if we don't have the capacity for it, then we should honor ourselves, we should focus on ourselves
Yeah.
and prioritize ourselves. But now there's a rising trend where people are saying people need to start getting inconvenienced again, in a sense that if seeing your friend means being able to connect with them, even if your social battery is running a little bit low, you need to inconvenience yourself to a certain extent
Yeah.
to maintain that connection and to show up for the people in your life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that as an introvert, as somebody who struggles with social battery? How do you deal with maintaining connection and showing up for other people when your social battery capacity isn't that large?
Okay. Siguro kasi ako I play it I usually play it by ear because you can't always say no.
Yes.
You know, before I would always no. Let's go out. Let's have coffee.
No thanks. I'm good.
I'm good. But yeah, yun nga, it's important to maintain your relationships.
Yes.
Kahit konti lang yan, you have a friend or two, that's fine. And but see to it na siguro let's say in comfort level mo, you can't do like daily.
Yes.
Because some people tend to be clingy. Ano ko naman kasi hindi ako maano sa clingy, but siguro make a few compromises. For example, hang out with them once a week. Sige, or once a month, depending on your what you're comfortable with.
Yes.
Basta see to it na you chat with them o kahit a simple hi or send a funny cat video, 'di ba? Sa Messenger, and that's it. Basta communicate. 'Di ba? Find a way to be around people in your own way.
I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that, because sometimes showing up can be as simple as sharing a meme,
Yeah.
a message. It doesn't
Yeah.
always have to be physically showing
Yeah.
up, because especially nowadays, and we live in the Philippines where traffic is crazy,
Yes.
especially during the holidays. It's difficult to see people.
Yeah.
But like you said, showing up for them in your own way, a little reminder, even if it's just a message.
Yeah.
Maybe you send them a poem or whatever.
Yeah.
That's one way to
Yeah.
maintain connections. I love that. Now, let's talk about softness. Being sensitive, being quiet. These are often misunderstood. What would you say is the strength and softness that most people overlook?
Strength and softness. Yeah, totoo yan. You don't need to be loud in order for you to be appreciated. Ano nga ba? It's hard to explain that kasi some people if they don't feel you, hindi mo rin naman sila mapipilit eh. So I guess balance, 'di ba? Find the balance.
Right.
'Di ba? When to be soft and when to what's the term for it? Also, Ria's also gonna help me find my words. So, yun. Ano ba? What am I getting at? Anyway, see, it happens. And sometimes I say all the wrong things. And it's okay. It's okay to be an introvert.
Yes. I think that's one of the strengths you need to have. Just being okay with the way that you are.
Yeah.
And if that means you're soft, you have to be okay with that. And I think like being unbothered by how other people think or feel about your softness is what makes you strong. And I feel like there are people kasi who think that being soft, being vulnerable, being sensitive is a weakness because you know you're sensitive nga. But for me kasi I always see vulnerability, softness and weakness as a strength because that means you're strong enough to face the harder feelings, to feel the harder things. And I think that in itself is so courageous.
Yeah.
Other people run away from it eh.
Wait, parang ano, I don't think I'm soft. Am I soft? Kasi siguro I had difficulty answering the question. Kasi I don't see myself that way.
Okay.
I can be soft, but I'm not soft.
I see.
I don't know how other people perceive me. Pero siguro yun, I don't consider myself as a soft. I am a softie, but I'm not soft.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's a misconception about introverts, that they're soft, that they're yun nga, that they're soft, but not all people who are quiet are soft. Now, as someone who has built communities through poetry and through radio, how do introverts form connections without forcing themselves to be like on all the time?
I observe, I listen, and find who I'll find my people basically.
Right.
Hindi naman kasi minsan kasi I'm so okay with being by myself. I don't really go out. Not unless I have to, not unless there's work and I get invited to do things, to do events, you know. Ano nga ba? Hindi ako talaga with people eh. hindi ako sanay around people, but it takes a lot, I guess, to catch my attention. And then, if nakuha mo yun, you have a loyal friend in me.
Yes. And since you explore so much of the human experience in your work, what stories about quiet people or introverts do you feel that the world needs to hear more of?
We have our personal victories.
Yes.
You just need to listen. You just need to make us talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like oftentimes introverts get overshadowed in larger groups because they're quiet. They're not really given. They're not gonna speak up unless they're given the floor, right? You're not the type.
Okay, now it's your turn.
Yeah, right. It's not like I want to talk. No. It's more like okay, I'll wait for my turn, and if it doesn't come, it doesn't, right?
Yeah. So and sometimes I'm so happy with listening to other people's banter. I was like, oh yeah, I'm cool with it. Doesn't mean I'm not having fun. I'm having fun listening to all of you.
But then again, you guys have your own stories to tell. So just give them some space to tell it. Love that. Now, Monsters, you are listening to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rhea Rams, and today we are talking about introversion, creativity, and storytelling with Kooky Tuason. Now, we'll be back in just a little bit right here on Season's Hottest, Monster RX93.1.
Heard on Thursdays. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. On the Monster.
Whoever you want to be, whatever you want to make of yourself, a good education is always an advantage. If you're almost there and you just need the extra funds to reach graduation day, reach out to the Monster Scholarship Program. If you or anyone you know is in need of financial aid for the upcoming semester, email your application to scholar@rx931.com.
Scholar@rx931.com.
Tell us why we should choose you or your loved one to be the next Monster Scholar. The search for the Monster Scholar for the upcoming semester. Open to all college students of school year 2025 to 2026. From the station that believes in the power of education. Manila's hottest, Monster RX93.1.
The Monster presents Heard on Thursdays, the iconic radio talk show that made Philippine FM radio talk. Winner of multiple KBP Golden Dove Awards. HOT. Heard on Thursdays. Your host, Rhea Rams.
Season's hottest, Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to Heard on Thursdays. I'm your host, Rhea Rams, and we are wrapping up our conversation with spoken word artist and storyteller Kooky Tuason. Now, Kooky, before we go, what is the message that you hope introverts, quiet creatives, and sensitive souls take away from your work?
Oh wait, is this advice portion?
Yes.
Okay. Siguro, love your socially awkward self, and then help yourself by finding your own path. Ano nga ba? Start by writing, discovering yourself first, and then from there, bahala na kung saan makarating, di ba? So, yun lang siguro.
Okay, and what do you wish the world understood better about introverts?
That we don't bite. Minsan creepy, like when we're just observing.
Yes. So, just give them a chance, basically,
Yeah.
right? And like you said earlier, give them the space, the floor, once in a while. Just because they're quiet doesn't mean they have nothing to say.
Yeah.
They do. They're just waiting their turn, right?
Yeah.
Now,
We're just waiting for you to stay quiet.
yeah. Like, parang sometimes it must be like, okay, shut up now, shut up now, shut up now. All right, I'm kidding. But lastly, Kooky, what is next for you? What is next for Kooky Tuason? And where can people find your poetry, your graphic novels, your podcast, and all the incredible work that you're doing?
Okay, I have a book signing December 12 to 21, World Trade Center, World Bazaar Festival. Marty will be there as well. We have a booth. Check out my books, the rest of our merch. Ang dami nito. So yung mga books ko, an introvert survival guide under Because Filipinas Books, where parrots or seers from Tridax scenes. Brother Louie lives next door, and other 100-word stories around the neighborhood. Picket Lines, Dialogues Between Eves, Among Eves, and For Eves, Eve of the Gray, The House on Road Number 10. So available siya. And then our podcasts, Because Filipinas on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. And then I want to say hi to Cheska. Thank you, Viga. Love your meat free nuggets. Performance schedule. December 14th, Sunday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. There will be spoken word, acoustic, world music, comedy performers. Nandun sa poster. Check out our socials, Facebook, Instagram. I'm also on X. And the program will be hosted by me and Marty. And then, ano pa ba? I want to give a shout out also to Three Hens Wine Deli, Kanamit, Ambuching, Chocolate Nuts. Hi, Mark Hernandez. Hi. Yeah, I guess that's it, Marty. You want to say something?
Is there anywhere that they can, where our listeners can find you online in case they want to stay updated on everything that you got going on for you?
I am on Facebook, Instagram, and me. Anytime. I wait. Am I serious about that? with anytime? Ano ba? Office hours? What's office hours?
8 to 5.
Is it 8 to 5? Wait.
9 to 6.
9 to 6.
5.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
That's a better idea. 9 to 5. Pero if you're offering work, then
Anytime.
sure. Message me in the middle of the night. I'm good.
And this would
Sige.
be at Kooky Tuason.
Yes.
That's Kooky Tuason, Tuason.
With an S.
Yes, with an S.
Tuason.
Okay, monsters.
And Because Filipinas also
Yeah,
on
there we go.
Facebook.
There we go. Because Filipinas on Facebook. Now,
Yeah.
if there are people who want to get into spoken word poetry, but they don't really know where to start, where can they go? Or should they just message you?
They can message me, and maybe they can invite their friends. actually, pwede ako magturo kahit a small number of people. Siguro mga 10 people, siguro in your living room.
Oh, cool.
Pwede, garage. Kung
Dito,
saan mo gusto.
pwede ba?
Yeah, pwede, di ba? Just put people together. Yan, mga 10 to 15? Wait, 12? 12? 20, madami masyado.
Her friend
20,
is like, I'm telling you, you can only do 10 people at most, maximum.
Oh, there was a time I was teaching a class, spoken word. I was crying. I was so overwhelmed. There were so many of them. But I was talking like this, doing my job, of course. Pero as in, umiiyak ako, ganyan. I was so stressed out. Pero of course, hindi nila alam yun kasi medyo malayo sila from me. But yeah.
Well, there you have it, monsters, at Kooky Tuason everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, and
X.
And on X. That's KOOKY TUASON with an S. Okay, monsters. Now, Kooky, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Ria.
This conversation was so thoughtful. It was a beautiful reminder that quiet does not mean small. And embracing your inner world with the amazing Kooky Tuason. Catch us again next week, same time, same place, only here on season's hottest, Monster RX93.1.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.